Hello there, and today I'm back with a video I wanted to do for quite some time, but never actually came around to do it before. So here we go. In today's episode, we're gonna talk about a program which you may want to use to make videos, but you just don't know how to. So I'm here to share some of my little knowledge with you guys to get you started in no time. Of course, I'm talking about Premiere Pro. Before we jump into the actual video, if you don't understand what I'm saying because of my weird pronunciation, or if things are just getting a little too quick, please don't hesitate to ask in the description and I will help you out. To start with, we are going to talk about the very basics, which nearly put me off using this program when I launched it the very first time. So let's begin. First of all, start Premiere Pro. That's easy, right? The welcome screen. Once you have confirmed your saving location and project name, Premiere Pro creates the workspace. You can adjust the workspace to your liking and depending on what you are working on in the window tab at the top left. In the Creative Cloud 2015, they have added some quick buttons in the top center with which you can adjust the workspace in seconds. Either if you want to do some heavy audio editing or basic video editing, all what you need in just a click away. But we stick to the editing workspace for now. Quick and easy. Import footage. As we have our standard workspace now, we obviously need some footage to work with. To import footage, you could just right-click in the Project Files tab and click on Import. Or you use the integrated media browser or just drag and drop the video file from the folder you saved it in into the Premiere Pro. Edit footage. Before we can actually start editing our awesome footage, we have to import it into the timeline. There are two ways of getting it into the timeline. First, you select the clip and drag it into the timeline. Easy, and I said timeline quite often, didn't I? Another cool way would be to right-click on the clip and click on New Sequence from Clip. If you're working on only one clip, dragging and dropping it into the timeline works perfectly fine. However, if you want to combine two or more clips and want to do some edits on each one of them, I would highly recommend using the New Sequence from Clip method. Let's try that out. Right-click on the first clip to create a sequence. Then do the same with the second one. We can now edit each clips individually and keep the workspace as clear as possible. When we're done with editing the clips, we just need to import the sequence of the second clip into the timeline. And that's it. Effects. And then there are, of course, the effects. You can find the audio and video effects in the Effects tab next to your Project Files tab. Just click through them and try them out to see what they change and affect. Once you've found an effect, you can edit it in the Effects Setting tab on the top left. Again, play around with it to find out how an effect is changing the video. Keep in mind that there are some effects which are very hard to render. If you have chosen an effect which takes a lot of time to render, Premiere Pro will indicate so by changing the top bar of your timeline from green to red. The playback will start stuttering if you don't have enough computing power, no matter what you do. Give us the tools! Tools are necessary in order to edit your video. Obviously, right? Let's go through them quickly. The Selection tool. The default tool used to select clips in the timeline. The Track Select tool. Select all clips on a track from a given point or select multiple tracks. The Ripple Edit tool. Adjust an edit point and move other clips in the timeline to compensate. Rolling Edit tool. Adjust an edit point between two clips without affecting the rest of the timeline. Rate Stretch tool. Change the duration of a clip while simultaneously changing the speed to compensate. Razor tool. Cut a clip or multiple clips into two clips. Zip tool. Move a clip's in and out points by the same amount simultaneously, so the rest of the timeline is not affected. Slide tool. Move a clip back and forth in the timeline, while simultaneously adjusting adjacent clips to compensate. Pen tool. Create, control, or anchor points. Hand tool. Drag the timeline view left and right. Zoom tool. Click in the timeline to magnify the view or drag and select a rectangular area to zoom into. And encoding. Once you're finally finished with your edit, you obviously want to export your final clip, which is known as encoding or rendering your video. Encoding is the process in which the video editor uses a codec, that's an information pack, to put these separate sequences together. Depending for what you want to use your video and what quality you want to have it in, you can choose from various different codecs. In my case, I want to export a video for YouTube, so I use the H.264 codec. This codec allows me to have a high quality video with a relatively small file size due to some compressors. And also the H.264 codec is currently the only one which utilizes the CPU and GPU to its full potential, which makes encoding a lot faster and efficient energy-wise. The end. He's near. So those are the very basics of Premiere Pro. Don't bother about all the other features Premiere Pro has to offer yet. We may get to that later. If you try to make the most complicated things from start in Premiere Pro, you won't get anywhere, trust me, it's just frustrating. And that's it already, guys. I hope this video did help you a little to get started with Premiere Pro. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. I may also feature some of it in a future video. But for now, play around with the basics and see what you can make out of it. So get familiar with Premiere Pro. And until we see us again, stay safe and stay out of trouble.